Hey guys, welcome back to another video of YourSpaceTV. This video is going to be pretty interesting. We're going to be talking about the crawler transporter that's going to be taking Artemis to the launch pad. Did you know that the crawler is over 50 years old? And so, holy hell! Dude, get out of here! It's not your crawler. George Lucas did use the NASA crawler idea as a sand crawler for his movie In A New Hope. Scary, dude. Let's take a deeper look on what exactly is the crawler transporter.
3, 2, 1, 0. Mission liftoff.
Every Saturn V rocket, Saturn V, and every single space shuttle all went to the launch pad on these crawlers. If we didn't have any of these crawlers, we would have to build the rocket right next to the launch pad and somehow try to put it upright and vertical. So it's pretty much how SpaceX is stacking the Super Heavy. With all the elements that Kennedy Space Center has in the air, with the beach being so close, the best thing to do is to build the rockets indoors. And building the rocket inside the vehicle assembly building is definitely a sight to see. But that's for another video. Let's get back to the crawler. The Crawler Transporter 2 CT-2 has been modified for the Artemis program with new tracks, hydraulic systems, lights, and I believe a new Cummins engine, if I'm not mistaken. But don't quote me on the engine part. It's hard to find specifics on the crawler and all the upgrades that they did. Just a couple of months ago, it got its bumper sticker. That's cool. The transporter has a top speed of 2 miles per hour. And this beast comes in at 6.6 million pounds, which is equal to 20 fully loaded 777 aircraft. Wow, cool. It can carry our largest rocket, which averages right around 36 stories tall. How does it pick up the rocket, you may ask? It drops down under the mobile launch platform. So the platform is here, and the crawler actually lowers itself to underneath the platform, and then it raises the entire platform with the rocket on top. It follows the pad crawler way. Have you ever seen an aerial view of Kennedy Space Center from the VAB all the way to the launch pad? It's got these 2 long tracks that are as wide as a 6-lane highway or 130 feet wide. And what that consists of, it consists of river rock that is on top, just about 1 foot deep. Then under that is 4 foot of compressed limestone. And then below that, it has about 5 to 6 feet of compressed sand. Pretty interesting, huh? In total, they had to dig a trench when they were building it 12 feet deep. That's taller than a basketball hoop. If you were to drive the crawler on regular land, that thing would sink down to the bottom. We don't really have the granite underneath our Florida soil. When it leaves the vehicle assembly building, there is a crew of about 20 personnel that walk with the crawler to the launch pad, just to make sure everything goes smoothly and stay in its lane. The personnel around the crawler have radios, that way they can go ahead and communicate with the driver. There's nothing fancy in the cabin of the crawler. It's pretty much just a wheel and a lever to go and stop. That's it. On the crawler transport, there's only one driver that leaves the vehicle assembly building, and that driver is just focused forward. Once the crawler gets to the launch pad itself, it's way too big for it to go ahead and turn it around and do a U-turn. So what they have is they have a driver compartment in the back. So he's pretty much going this way for the launch and this way on the way back. That's pretty cool. If you haven't noticed, right when you get up to the launch pad, about 1/4 mile away, there's an incline about 5%. How does the crawler go up that without the rocket tilting over? Well, the crawler has its own unique leveling system. It uses a gel hydraulic system to correct any leveling that needs to be performed to keep the rocket perfectly straight. The engine that provides the power for this beast is actually a real engine that came from a locomotive company from the 1960s.
That's it.
The manufacturer was Alco, American Locomotive Company. It's a V16 turbocharged 2050 horsepower motor. It runs on diesel fuel, not gas, and it carries the gas in 2 tanks with a total of 5,000 gallons. That's pretty interesting. So what's the miles per gallon on that baby? Well, gas prices are crazy nowadays, but with this container of gas, hey, you get 36 feet. And from the vehicle assembly building to the Launch Complex 39A, it's about 3.5 miles. So the trip from the VAB to the Launch Complex takes around 8 hours. The crawler itself has its own control room inside. About 4 engineers monitor the crawler while in motion, checking the hydraulic pressures and leveling the system operation, and checking out the engine output. It's pretty cool because inside it's pretty much its own power plant. NASA has 2 of these crawlers in operation now. CT-2 is the only one modified for Artemis. CT-1 is still designed to carry the space shuttle, but they're changing all that. NASA is just waiting for Artemis to be complete and ready to go to the launch pad, like many of us are. The crawler transporter are the largest self-powered vehicle on land in the world. A baseball diamond fits right on top of it with room to spare. That's pretty cool. It's 131 feet long, 114 feet wide, and CT-1 and CT-2 combined have a total mileage of, drum roll, only 2,000 miles. Yep, that's it. And the driver can position the crawler on the launch pad by as little as 1/4 of an inch. That's not much at all. Pretty interesting. Oh, something that I forgot to mention. The tracks of the crawler itself, each large track has 57 separate tracks. And each one of those weigh in at 2,000 pounds or 1 ton each. 1 ton is equal to the weight of a Ford F-350 pickup truck. And there are 456 of them. That is something else that's cool. When the crawler was first built, it cost roughly about $14 million to build. When the SLS, the Space Launch System, is up and running, it will be just another day in history for this magnificent vehicle. Wow. When Artemis leaves the vehicle assembly building for the first time, it will be going to the moon. Nobody on board, the capsule will be going around the moon autonomously. That's cool. CT-2 will be there to do the slow but epic journey to the SLS system that will all be written in history books. Technically, we wouldn't have had a space program if it wasn't for this magnificent vehicle. So in a way, the crawler transporter is a hero. That's awesome. And until the time comes that we can see SLS leave the vehicle assembly building through those doors and head to the moon, I suggest you come back here to Your Space so we can talk about it. And until the next video, good Lord, I told you, leave me alone. Those Jawas are creepy, aren't they?